Anyone that knows me knows that I'm very pro-America for practical reasons too, not for romantic reasons. I have an actual thought out intellectual opinion when it comes to this that has been hard won. Nonetheless, America is an empire, and all empires need to be critiqued, and so therefore America is no exception. The fact of the matter is that the complete annexation of Greenland, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Central America, and the Caribbean. Why do I include both those two, Central America and the Caribbean? Because in order to be able to hold on to Panama, you have to annex those two areas, essentially, functionally speaking, and, and militarily speaking, and not to mention access to choke points and so on and so forth. The fact of the matter is I believe that to be a good thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe it to be a wonderful thing. And I believe it would be, as Donald Trump puts it, a wonderful marriage. Okay, so in theory, I am there. I believe the same about my own country of origin, New Zealand, being annexed by Australia. It would be objectively a wonderful thing. Economically speaking, New Zealand would level up and would gain access to the Australian Treasury, federal treasury, which could then be used to upgrade infrastructure and so on and so forth, which anyone that has been to Aotearoa knows Aotearoa is insufficient and centrally when you think about it. And so the merging, the annexation of all of those places into America would be a wonderful thing. But that is the world of theory. And exactly like my example about Aotearoa, my country of origin, being annexed into Australia, that is in theory. And in theory, many things work when you think about it. In theory, now that's not to say that it's nonsense entirely. There is logic, there is cohesion, there is structure, and so on and so forth. But the reality is that I was once told that any theory quickly goes tits up the moment it encounters reality. That praxis is itself a refining process for a reason, because theory can only take you so far. And the reality is that in the same way that the people of Aotearoa would never, ever, ever, ever agree to annexation by Australia, despite the fact that Australia pushes it almost every bloody year, every election almost, and, and even blatantly saying so in front of the New Zealand Prime Minister, John Key, what was her, Julia Gillard, even proposed it, and right in front of her, he sort of shut it down, saying, yeah, that'll never happen. The reality is that whether you like John Key or not, he was expressing the sentiments of the New Zealand people, which is that they'll never agree to it, ever. Not for $1 million. Nothing. Nothing will make them agree to it. Similarly, the people of Greenland and of Canada and of all those other nations will never ever bend the knee to America. It's never going to happen. And so, therefore, in the real world, we need to be mature. We need to be adults here. And the real fruit, the real gold, and no, Donald Trump likes gold, is in partnership. That is where the real gold is to be found. And I'm going to be honest with you, his recent actions in Venezuela are unnerving. The fact that he took military action to seize a sovereign country. Now, again, in theory, Venezuela becoming part of America. Wonderful idea. Think about it. Wonderful idea. But the people of Venezuela would never agree to it. Never. This is the birthplace of Simon Bolivar. Think about it. That means a lot to them. They cherish his legacy. They hold his legacy tight. They are proud of the fact that they were the first people to rise up against Spanish rule. And so, to take that from them as an insult and is going to invite violence. And this is the same with Greenland. Greenland have made it clear they do not want to be part of the US. Ever. They don't ever want to be part of the US. And Trump has demonstrated a willingness to use violence to get his way. And so, all I'm going to say is that this is alarming behavior, and this is terrible behavior, and I hope to God that America does not just seize Greenland.